Hi there. Welcome to my live. How are you today? I thought I'd try it at this time. I don't normally go live at night, my time, but I thought, why not try it and see what happens? Hi there. You're the first one here. I didn't announce that I was doing this today. I just sort of did it. And I'm just going to be making some of these granny squares today, but I'm going to actually do the crossbody bag. This is the granny square pouch bag. Um, it's gathered with this little tie, and then it's got the handle. And I have done a granny square crossbody bag with a flap that comes down the front. That one there is a tutorial for. There's not a tutorial. There's a free pattern on my blog for this one, but not a tutorial. The granny square that is exactly the same kind of granny square as this, but there's two granny squares and then there's a flap on top of it, three granny squares in total. That's the one that's the tutorial on my YouTube. So I thought I've sold it, right? So I haven't got one to show people. So I've only got this pouchy one, which is really, I like the pouchy one too. I love it. It's got the ties that are woven in. And then I like it when I tie the handle on the strap, because then you can just take it off and make it into a little pouch that you can hold, right? Oh, you like the hat. You saw it. Yes. I finished it last night. My one question is, do you think that it's a long enough point on it, when it's on? I thought it seemed okay, but I don't know. So yeah, it looks like this. You see it goes down and then up, and then you see where I joined it into the circle, and then I just did a gradual decrease down. So I want to put some ties on, some braided ties on it here. And the long back bit is quite long, so, and I don't know if I should have started to put the white stripes in here a bit earlier. What do you think, Christy? It's your idea. I was just trying to get the dimensions right. I was focusing on that. So any input you have, any ideas? And I don't know what to call it, whether it's a gnome hippie hat or what it is, right? Yeah, I was thinking a little pom-pom on the point too. And maybe some braided ties here with tassels on, pink and white tassels. Do you think I should put some white thin stripes into this front piece as well? Peppermint gnome hat. Okay, perfect. Candy stripe, because it's not green, right? Candy stripe gnome hat, maybe? I don't know. Yeah. Is it peppermint? Peppermint is maybe this color. Candy canes are peppermint and they're red and white, aren't they? You think front post, back post, make a little trim at the front like I was doing originally? So front post double crochet, back post double crochet in the white, and then going. I only the leg warmers started with the pink and then went into the white. Maybe I'll do stripes of pink, white front post double crochet at the front. Tassels or hassles. You like the solid in the front, Rosanna? Well, I guess people can make it their own way, right? They can change the colors. Oh, that's a great idea. The little picot edge. Claire, have you been on here before? I don't recognize your name, but you might have been on Claire, because my daughter's called Claire, spelt differently. But yeah, that's a nice idea too. Or the picot up the up the side here. That would be kind of cool to have a picot white up the sides up until the actual hat pit kicks in. Thank you for all your great ideas. I've never done this before with designs. I did it with my leg warmers first of all when I was trying to decide which way to go with my leg warmers, but this is what it looks like when it's not on your head. So I think this is a bit too much of a big stretch of pink. Oh, that's great, Claire. Nice to, I'm glad you've joined us again. And this might be when you did it in the evening because I've only done one in the evening before. Yes, that's the idea, Christy. So it matches the leggings. Yeah. That's why I did 2 rows, 2 rows, 2 rows to match the leggings. But I could maybe put some of my white 2 double crochet clusters in here like I had on my leggings. I think I have them here. This part, this kind of thing. I could maybe do that on the hood part. I have no idea. Anyway, I like it. Yes, you're like Claire, like the county. Yes, County Claire. And she is Claire, like the French spelling. Yeah. Like Eau Claire de la Luna. Yeah, so that was that. And so today I thought, okay, what am I going to do? I mean, I've done a live just the other day. But I just felt I had such a lovely day today. I managed to do up to number page day 21 on my template for my blog hop. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to make a granny square. And if I'm going to sit and make a granny square, I might as well sit and make a granny square with my friends online here if I can find my hook because I've probably put it down. I don't know where I put it. That's what I do. I was all set to go with the yellow. Here it is. Is my hook there? And I have to do these lives, I have to put a bunch of cushions down. I might not be able to make it with an H hook because I might have lost my H hook. I didn't even stick it in anything. Anyway, I can show if people have just joined, I can show you this is the little pouch and you undo this tie. I could make it with an eye hook, I guess. So that's the granny square, and then I just worked some single crochet rows up, and then you can pull this tight and tie that. And then I did the, oh, bye, Christy. Thank you so much for being here, Sub Happy Pin. And we've got Christy, yeah. Lost hook for life, I know. And anybody who is a crocheter knows that you're always losing hooks. It's not funny. It's not funny. Ah, I shouldn't have started sharing all my stuff. So I was all set to go. I got all organized. I might have to do it with an eye. What's this one? That's an eye. Yeah, I should have got started and then I wouldn't lose it. And when you've got loads of yarn beside you because you're wanting to share all these different projects and stuff, it's easy to just get it lost. So I'm just going to work with an eye instead. Bye, Christy. How is the weather at my place? It's been raining all day. Yeah, so if I put that down there and I'd already started my magic circle, my hook should be there. Oh, I found it. There you go. Never give up. Yeah, so it's rainy and not too cold. So I'm on the west coast of Canada, down near the border. So we don't get a lot of really extreme temperatures because we're quite close to the Pacific Ocean. So Christy, yes, I thought you were going. Uh who was it said they were had to go? Maybe I read that wrong. Oh, Christy's still here. That's good. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna do try and remember how I did my granny square. We've got lots of nice new people here. Max Hughes, hi there. And that's what I wanted to look at. I wanted to look at it because I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, I think I changed one. Um, I usually I do either. I'm doing the magic ring for this one. But when I give my instructions, I don't normally some people do granny squares where they chain and then they go back, like they chain 3 or 4 and then they go into the first chain and work that way. I don't do it that way. That one. Um it's another way that I have done it when I've been watching tutorials, but that's not the way personally I do it. Whatever way you do it that works for you is the right way for you to do it, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. It's a while since I've made some granny squares. So today I gave myself a day to sort of clean up my house, work on my house because I've been so busy. You're making a large table runner out of cotton or what weight yarn? Do you use a 4 weight or do you use a finer weight for your table runners? Well, I've never some people complain about magic rings and say that they're not very strong, but I've never really had that issue with them. But I do also um wind my yarn in, right? Like when I weave my ends in, I'll just show you in a minute. I'm just going to fasten this one off because I'm changing colors. Let's cut this one. But when I pull my magic ring tight, then you really don't see the gap. And then if I weave in my ends, I'll do it actually right now. Got a yarn needle right here. Got my little kitty right here too. Can you see her? There she is. Hey, say hi. Say hi. That's my daughter's cat. She's sitting on the arm of the chair right beside me. It's where she hangs out every night. She's actually sitting on the cushion that I usually sit on when I do my live, so I've had to prop myself up here so I'm in the right position. Anyway, so what I do is when I'm doing my weaving in, I'm going to try and do it on camera, but I do go through the backs of all those stitches up and down that have been worked into that magic ring, right? So when you pull it, you're pulling the magic ring. You're sort of giving a second line of defense for your magic ring, really. So I've just gone around all the way around my magic ring, and then I go back again. So it's kind of secure. Yeah, so that's good. And now I'll get my white. Yeah, my cute little cat. Yes, but I also always put the chain method in just because if people are beginners and they don't know how to do a magic loop, I don't want them freaking out and not making a granny square because of it. Hi there, Christine. Kristen, I'm back very soon. I wasn't gone for long. Yeah, use weaving the ends in on your magic ring and it makes it super strong. Now, what I do when I do my granny squares is I finish it off and then I choose one of my corners. Some people, you know how they go round and round and then they say their granny square gets wonky or they have to turn it each time, to turn the direction and everything, or else their granny square gets wonky. What I do is I'll just take a corner and I'll start my new color in the corner. And it's not always the same corner every time because you can start at any corner. You don't have to start in the corner that you finished off on. Like I finished off down here, and I can start my second round in this corner, right? It doesn't have to be in the same. And that kind of accommodates if you've got any of those where it wants to head off in a different direction. I've never actually experienced that, but that's maybe because I do it this way. I don't know. Yeah, so just and then what I do is I chain three and I work two double crochet into that corner. This is just the way I do it. You know, you don't have to do it this way. And then I work round, bearing in mind I am left-handed, and I'll do my, three double crochet, chain one, three double crochet in each corner. And then when I get to this one, I only have to do three double crochet, chain one, and join to the top of the chain three that I did to start it. So I finish that corner when I get to the end. Kristen, I'll show you the hat. Anybody that's a regular, there's the hat. This is what it turned out looking like. We've already decided we're putting a pom-pom on the top. And then we've been discussing whether somebody said I should do like I was when I first started it. I was doing the front post, back post, front post, back post. But what I found was I was getting confused when I was doing my decreases. So I just took it apart and I just made it all in regular double crochet. Also had a great idea to put a picot row across. And I've also thought maybe I could do the white picot row on just these sides of it that I'm going to put pink and white braided ties with maybe tassels or pom-poms on the end. So that's and maybe some stripes, rows of white in here. What do you think, Kristen? It's exciting. I'm glad I tried to do that where I turned it into a circle here, where I joined it together and it stopped being split and it became a solid circle and I just worked. I think it was 14 double crochet in between the decreases, then 13 double crochet, then 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, all the way down till I got to just double crochet. Crab stitch around the edge would be nice, yes, but I don't like to throw it if it's a beginner friendly. I want it to be beginner friendly, right? So I know I had to look up crab stitch when I first found it, and it's hard to describe it in a pattern. Um, and I'm going to have it as a free pattern on my blog. It's crab stitch looks so nice. It would look nice. But I never I try and keep them beginner friendly and not scare people away if there's too many different stitches in there. Hi there, Shatika. Nice to see you. I'm just sharing this hat that I made. It's made to go with my flared leg warmers, which people are probably tired of seeing these. But these are flared leg warmers. And we were thinking in a live what kind of hat I could make to go with it. And the first one I came up with was this bucket hat. But there was a lot of people wanting some kind of a pixie gnome hat that would be fun. So I was spent the last few lives trying to figure out how to make one of these hooded hats, and I really wanted it to have this long front. And so this is what I came up with, but we're going to probably make some changes to this so we don't have this big block of pink here. Yeah, beginners would cry, Christy. I think it's going to be enough if I ask them to do front post double crochet, back post double crochet, or picot stitch. One of those two would work. I don't mind introducing one of them, but and in my picot bralette, I introduced how to do the picot. The picot is really quite easy to write it up as a pattern. You just chain three and sort of do that. But anyway, back to my. Anyway, I'm glad you guys like it. And Christy, remind me if anybody that is part of our group joins, and I haven't shown them um the pixie hat, the gnome hat, whatever it's called. I looked up no I was hashtagging gnome hat and there were no gnome hats showing up. None of the descriptions for it. Crochet hood showed up, but no gnome hats, no hippie hats, hippie fairy hats. Even fairy hats and elf hats didn't show up. I don't know if I want to. I'm not going to chain one in between. I'm just going to chain one on the corners. I don't think I'm starting a trend. It's just I don't think there's that many of the patterns out there. So it's I've seen fairy elf hats out there, but obviously not enough people that are making them to make it a trending thing, a hashtag thing. So I thought I'll make this yellow and white granny square little crossbody bag for spring. It's nice for spring. And I've sold the only one I had. So it's nice to be able to show people if I do a little reel or something promoting the video, right? Because what's happens is that I have a lot of videos, but they're way back and nobody knows that they're even there, right? Renaissance Fest. Oh, that's what I should probably be looking for. Ren Fair. Yeah, I should hashtag Ren Fair. That's a brilliant idea. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Rosanna. Yeah, they would be good at the markets. I do sell a lot of my bucket hats there. Maybe I should make some of these little hooded ones. They might sell actually, and people pay more money for hats. It takes as long probably as to make two hats because there's a lot of crocheting in it. So as you see, here we are. We're coming back to where I did the chain three and the two double crochet into one corner. So now I'm going into that corner and I'm going to do three double crochets. And then I'm going to chain one, and then I'm going to go into the top of the chain three. There we go, and pull it through, slips. And then I'm just going to tie it off. And then I'll find another corner to start from. So you see, that's what it's looking like. Yeah. Pixie hat. Oh, it's called a pixie. Yeah, but you know the pixie hats. I've made a pixie hat. I way back, probably 5 or 6 years ago when I started doing my Etsy shop. I used to sell actual products, and I knit a pixie hat made by Pixie Belle. And it was I bought the pattern off her, but the pixie hat tends to stand up. That's kind of the look of a pixie hat. And it's more like the elf hats, the gnome hats. Well, gnome hats can be red and stand up, right? But they can also hang down. So, but they're not normally striped. Yeah. So they might be called a pixie hat. Like pixie hats are often, but usually they stand up. When I was doing searches, a lot of the pixie hats that people did stood up, and then the elf hats kind of dressed right down. I don't think anybody's going to get um bent out of shape over it, right? So now I'm just going to go into another corner and I'm going to reattach my yellow. So this is what I'm doing. I wish I had the dark yellow. This is a bit of a light yellow. It doesn't show up very. Maybe I should do a multicolored one. Maybe I'll do some blue in the next one just for fun. Make it all pastel colors. Yes, Chrissy, good ideas for face framing. Exactly. So I'm going to chain 3 and then do 2 double crochet into that corner. This little bag, this cross bag put body bag, I think it was like two years ago that I put it up. At least 2 years ago. The way time flies, it could be longer. And people made them. They just love them because they could make them quite quickly. You just have to make 3 of these granny squares and a strap, and you've got a nice little bag. And what I've avoided doing is I've avoided making a liner for it, and maybe I'll get my sewing machine out and actually make a liner for it this time. That might be a good video to do. Pastels for Easter, exactly. And I'm doing an Easter craft fair um in April when it's Easter. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sit here and I'm going to weave in the ends while I'm talking to you guys so I don't have to do it all at the end. Hi, Janet. Welcome back. Oh, you were born on Easter. Easter Sunday or just the Easter weekend? I'm actually going to go over to my daughter's for Easter. I'm going to do the Saturday is when the market is, and then I'm going to go over to see my daughter, have Easter with them. We usually all get together at her place. I am making a granny square. I'll show you in a minute. I'm nearly done this round here. And I can also, Janet, you were here when I was making that stripy hoodie hat. Um, I finished it, but we've just been talking about some updates to do on it, to ways to improve upon the design. Here we go. Get my scissors. So what I'm working on is I'm working on a granny square. And the yellow's quite pale, so I've decided to just introduce some other pastels. I've got pink here, I think. I thought I did. Oh, I've got a turquoise. I've got a darker turquoise. That might be nice. So what I'm doing is when I made these granny squares about 2 or 3 years ago, I made a bag with a square at the front, square at the back, and then a flap on it. It was called a granny square crossbody bag, and I have a tutorial here on YouTube to show you how to do that. And it's just yellow and white with some, this one is the pouch bag, which is a free pattern on my blog where you do all these single crochets up here. And then I created some loops, holes where you could thread this thread through there. And then I made this strap, which I just tied on so that if you don't want the strap, you can take it off. If you want to make the strap shorter, you can just pull it tighter and loop it and have the bits dangling down. I put a little bow at the front. So I'm working on, I sold the one that had the flap at the market. So I'm making another flap one just so I can show it in my short videos on YouTube here and tell people to go and watch the video if they want to make one. So, hi Destiny, welcome back. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. I'm asking people to do that. It would help me grow my channel. That would be great. And I wanted to show Janet the hat. So this is the hooded hat I was working on the other day. I think we're going to call it a hippie gnome hat. I think that's Christy's idea. Yeah, so I made the front go down. I'm going to make sure I don't lose my hook. There. So, and then I joined the sides together to make a loop, and then I did a decrease all the way down, just 2 rows of pink, 2 rows of white to the end. Okay, and we've just been talking tonight about whether or not to do some more white in the front because it looks like it's just a pink hood if you just look at it from the front. I want to put some braided ties on here with some pom-poms, probably a pom-pom or pom-poms or tassels, probably a pom-pom on the back. And we've talked about maybe doing some ribbing, like front post, back post ribbing at the front with white or pink and white or something like that, just to, because it's supposed to be going with these flared leg warmers, right? So we want a little bit more of the white, I think, in the front. So thanks, Janet. I think the bag's the bag is really cute. Oh, you did subscribe. Yay, Destiny. Thank you. I hate to hassle people, but it really helps me if people subscribe. Take this off. My poor hair keeps getting all pulled up out of the way. Anyway, I did a video about the hooded hat today. So now I'm going to do white. Where's my white? Here it is. There we go. Hi, Melly. Hi, did you see the hat? Did you see the hooded hat? So now I've finished it off there. I'm going to start it up on this corner. Oh no, I think I only made 2 double crochet there. Lucky I spotted that. When I'm talking sometimes. That's okay. It's only going back one corner. I did 3 double crochet, chain 1, and then 2 double crochet. There we go. So then 3 double crochet. I'm not chaining one in between. I'm just going straight into the next space. And then 3 double crochet in the corner. I might not have enough yarn now. Oh, I think I'm gonna do it. I did tighten my tension there. That's it. Good job. There's my square so far. Now I'm gonna start up here, and I'm gonna do my white. Yeah, I'm from Canada, Janet. Were you from Canada? I can't remember. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Destiny. Thank you, Christy. Yeah, this is my happy hippie sweater, right? This I made this design years ago, but it's still one of my most popular patterns that I sell on Etsy. Um, oh, this one and my simple sweater are the two best-selling sweaters on Etsy, and my slipper socks, and also my Samantha sleeves that sells pretty well on Etsy too, and my color block cardigan. All of the patterns are free on my blog, but some people like to support me and buy them on Etsy, or they just like to not have to deal with the ads on the blogs. So yeah, this is a happy hippie sweater. There is a tutorial here on YouTube for it. And under the tutorial where it says description and there's more, you can click on more and it opens up this whole little page. That's where I put the link to the free pattern. And that's where I put the link to the Etsy pattern, and you can get 30% off. And there's a coupon code there for you to use if you want to buy the pattern linked from YouTube. You get a deal on it, but it also links you to the free pattern where you can find all the sizes, because it goes from extra small up to 5X. But when I do the video, I think I did an extra large. I can't remember if this is an extra large or a large. It's oversized. But yeah, there's a tutorial on here. Left and right-handed for my happy hippie sweater. I think it might just be put down as an oversized sweater, or I can't remember what it's called. But if you go to my Carroway Crochet YouTube front page and you click on the little menu tab videos and click on most popular, it's at the top there. It's right at the top because it's one of my most popular videos. This one's been worn a lot over the years. It's getting a little bit shabby, but I love it so much. And it brightens my day when I wear it. Oh, bye, Destiny. Take care. Thanks for joining us. And I actually have a cardigan, a happy hippie cardigan, but I don't have a tutorial for it. I just have the free pattern on my blog. The cardigan has more ribbed cuffs and a ribbing around the bottom of the cardigan. Got a tangle in my yarn. Come on, there we go. Here we go, nearly up to the next corner. It's very unusual for me to do a live at night at 7 o'clock at night. I'm usually done by then, but I think because I got so much clearing up done today, you always feel a little bit better when you get a lot of your clearing up things organized and sorted out. But with doing the blog hop, the March Maker Madness blog hop, which is for 27 days of this month, it's been pretty constant work on my computer and dealing with inquiries and issues and all sorts of things. I've just sort of needed a bit of a break from all that today. Okay, corner number 3. Make sure I do 3 in here, not 2. How many of you guys make granny squares? Hama, hi, how are you? Oh dear, you're on waiting for your class. Good for you. Be ready for when they arrive. With edges along it. Oh, nice. I made a waffle stitch baby blanket for my niece, and I never wrote down all the dimensions. I think I wrote the dimensions down somewhere, but I think I've lost it. So is it you like the nice stretch of pink in the in this? Is that what you're saying, Janet? You like this to be all solid pink? Somebody else said they like that. Is that what you're referring to? Yes, Hannah's waiting for her teacher to come, Christy. She's going to have an online lesson. Yeah, yeah, let me know if this is what you mean, Janet. Look for your answer. Try and make sure I don't miss anybody. And here we go into the last corner. And as I said, I always do half a corner when I start. So when I finish, I just do 3 double crochets, chain 1, and slip stitch to that half a quarter that I started with. That way I avoid all that where you have to slip stitch across so many before you start and all that sort of stuff. I can't be doing with that. So this is what I do. I think I might need one more row. Let's see. Yeah, I think I need one more row. So it might be nice to finish with this dark turquoise because that would be a real strong way to finish. Oh, you're the first one there. Good for you. All by yourself. All by myself. Don't wanna be. You're with us. That's right, Christy. Yeah, I think I'll use this darker. It's a finer yarn. I think this is Simply Soft. Karen Simply Soft. It's not quite as thick as the other, but I think it'll look pretty. I should have a pink, but I can't find it. I'm not getting out of my seat. And I don't think the yellow is strong enough to finish. So we're going to do it with this turquoise. So I chain 3 and then I double crochet 2. And then I'm not chaining 1, I'm just going straight into the next space, space between the clusters. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, off you go to bed. Have a good night. I know you guys are 3 hours ahead of me here. Last time I came on at this time, I got people coming on from um, India and Greece and more over. Bye, Christy. See you again. Thank you so much for being here and all your input and ideas. Here we go. I think this will be a pretty square for a purse. Almost sunrise for you. Didn't sleep for the 100th time. You should get your sleep. You need to sleep. For sure. Well, our government just made a decision that, oh, you see, that's not good. You should be sleeping. My granddaughter does that, and it's not good for you to not sleep. Then you don't have the energy for what you should be doing during the day. You'll be getting me in trouble with your mom. I used to be a teacher, so I know you need your sleep. That's right, Christy. So true. Easier said than done sometimes, right? Oh, well, that's okay then. You're a night owl. Oh, I was asking, does anybody else here make stuff out of granny squares? That's what I forgot to see if anybody answered me on that one. Whether you make little granny square bags or if you've made granny square. I want to try and make a book cover, like a book holder for out of granny squares. I've seen those. Those are really cute. I did do a vest, but I've sort of put it in a bag somewhere. I don't know where that is. I have done a granny square sweater, but it started with like a sunshine in the middle. I call it my sunny granny square sweater. That's a free pattern on my blog too. I don't have a tutorial for that one either. Right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. So, like I said, I'm going to hold myself to it. I'm going to tie in all the ends. But that's the granny. That does look Eastery, don't you think? What do you think? Do you think that looks a little like the pastel spring colors for Easter? Hi there, Tripura. How are you? Thank you. Oh, you've made Granny Square cardigans. Good for you. I've got a lot made up upstairs. The other thing I like is I also made a Granny Square bag. Darn. I'd forgotten about that. Out of three big Granny Squares where you fold them. And they're, yeah, I should bring that one down and show you one day. Anyway, that's one of them. I need three of these for the little bag that I'm going to make. So shall I make another one? Or is it too late to do that? Thank you, Tripura. Nice to have you here. I'm going to weave in the ends. I've said I'm going to weave in the ends as I go. So I think that's a good plan. Then I would have them all to do at the end. I've actually finished one um I have a little bag here. I don't think you were here when I showed it. This is the other granny square bag that I made out of these little granny squares. So I just sewed two together, right? They're just regular granny squares. So well, I think might have crocheted them together. And then I did rows. I do have the pattern free on my blog. If you go to carrowaycrochet.com and in the search square you put granny square pouch bag, this will come up. And then I did all these single crochet rows, and then I did where I skipped, chain one and skip to make loops so I could thread in my little tie, this tie that pulls a pouch together. And then I did this handle, but I didn't sew it on. I tied it on. So if you just want to carry it as a pouch, you can. Or if you want to shorten or shorten the handles, you can just untie them, pull them down a little bit, let them hang down and tie them. And then you've got a shorter handle if you just want it to be a little bag like this that you can carry around. You could even double up the handles. That would work. Let's try that. See how that looks. I've never done that. So you sort of want to pull it through. But if you did that, you just have the knot on the one side, which would be okay. Just do a little bit of experimentation here. There we go. And then I'm going to put the other one through from the other direction. And then I might actually pull them both so that it makes like a little ornamental section. Tie that. And then you've got a little handbag. Or you could go back on yourself if you were going to get really clever. And go back on yourself. See how this works. And tie it there. So this is this is option number 3. Let's get them even. And there you have a shoulder bag handle. So you can do whatever you want with your handles. But anyway, that's a granny square bag. And this one I'm making a crossbody strap for it. Yeah, we'll show you the bag. They're quite cute. Um, I used to sell crochet kits, but I stopped doing them because I just didn't have time. I used to sell like a skein of yarn, one of my patterns printed off, a hat, say it's a hat pattern, and a skein of yarn that I make, the super bulky yarn, Lion Brand, Woolwease, Thick and Quick, and then I would have the K the 15 millimeter hook that they needed, and a yarn needle, and and then I'd sew a little project bag for it to come in. And I used to sell quite a lot of them, but it's just I didn't have the time to be sewing the bags and putting them all together, and then going down to the mail to mail them. If I had an assistant, I could do that. Yes, I did too. That isn't that a great idea? That was fun. Mine wasn't very big. It was little, but um it's a great idea. Your granny square just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I love that. What colors did you use for your baby blanket, Janet? Did you want your dad to be crocheting, or did you want your dad to get you the crochet kit, Hannah? I don't think I understood you, Hannah. Whether I understood you correctly. Are you not feeling very well, Janet? Where do you live to be up at this time of night? Are you just on the East Coast of the States, or do you live somewhere else? One night we had people from all over on here, Norway and Greece and Tunisia, Turkey. Somebody was from Turkey. Love these scissors. My sister got me these for Christmas. They're cute little scissors. Oh, how about a double crochet space around the face of the hippie gnome hat? Then thread the tassels on the corners, you mean? So this is another idea. Christy's still thinking. Her brain can't stop. So you're meaning here to like do double crochet, chain one, skip one, double crochet, chain one, skip one all along here, and then thread the colors of the tassels through, and then have the tassels go directly off of here and not a braid. Is that what you mean, Christy? Yes, that's what you were going to do. I thought that was what you were doing the other day. The pencil case holders. Yeah, my daughter actually got the cold, and My sister's husband got the cold, so thank you. Oh, to cinch the hood, you mean? So that this can be cinched? Oh, okay. So that it can go either this way, or if you really want to keep yourself warm, you can pull it right up. So this actually is right under your chin because it'll all be gathered around it. That would be kind of cool, actually. It'd be a little gathered like this. Yes. Oh my God, you're gonna have me making so many different things, Chrissy. Oh, because you have so many great ideas. You should do crochet design. Do you? Oh, I love it. It's just that I'm never finished. I just think I'm nearly done and then I have to do something else. Ah, here we go. Yeah, you should laugh. Yeah. Well, I can keep this as one type and I could do a different type, right? I could have two different, it's just like the leggings, the leg warmers, I've still got to do those really flared leg warmers. Yeah. I only have so much time. I think I can do it all, but I can't. Yeah, all good. I could call this a basic hippie hooded gnome hat or something, and then I could do the fancy one, right? Because some of the fairy elf ones, they have bauble stitches in them and all kinds of fancy things, right? Hippie flare. Okay, two more threads to go. What I'm gonna do tomorrow is I'm gonna bring down my tote with all my stuffies in it, because I'm gonna go through it and make some more stuffies for the market that I'm doing for Easter. So maybe I'll be able to share some of my stuffies with you if I do a live tomorrow. Yeah, I think the second pair of leg warmers if I do a second pair of flared leg warmers, like the ones that were super flared, really like belled right out, they would be called hippie flares. And I would do them in hippie colors. There. Ta-da. There's my nice little granny square. So I gotta make three of those. You see, I've been on here for an hour. So that's how long it takes to make a granny square, pretty much. An hour. So to make a little bag with three granny squares and then sew it together and then do the strap, it takes you 3 hours at least. And then and then you really you can't sell these for much more than $25. Hi, thank you. Thank you. Hi, Gerlinda. How are you doing? I've come on at a different time. It's quite late for you there, probably. Getting on for 10:30, is it? 9:30? I just made this square. I'm just talking about 3 years ago, I made these little granny square pouch bags. This one I had a long handle, but I changed it during the live and made it into a small hand, like a purse. But it really was a long handle to start with. But what I'm doing is I'm making the one that is just granny squares, two granny squares, and then a third granny square for the flap. So I want to make one of those because that is a tutorial that's here on YouTube, so I can put it into a short video and promote my tutorial. So I'm going to make another one of those flat bags, and I won't sell it. I'll keep it. So I've always got. Yeah, you remember when I made these, right? They were quite popular. And I think there'd be a lot of people that haven't heard about them that would be interested in seeing them again. And I'm sort of doing a throwback Thursday thing to the granny square bags because they're very cute, and lots of people were making them. I think you made some, didn't you? And they were making them and posting them and sharing them, and it was really a successful project for a lot of people. So yeah, I think I'm gonna probably be going soon. I shouldn't go though when Gerlinda's just got here. Maybe I'll start another one. Find my yellow. Where did my yellow? Here's my yellow. I'll start another one. I'm not going to go anywhere yet because Galinda just arrived. It seems rude to do that. Galinda is part of our Carroway Crochet group on Facebook, and she's always making amazing things and sharing her pictures. And Gerlinda, I don't know if you were ever around when we were talking about the fact that here on YouTube now, if you go to my YouTube homepage, there's all the menu like videos, shorts, lives, blah 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 across that you can click on, and then right above it where there's links, there's a like long thin button that says community, and if you click on there you can actually upload pictures of your projects, so you can share them here as well if you wanted to do that. So I'll start another one. I don't have to finish this one tonight, right? I can just work as long as we've got people here that want to be here. So I'll make it exactly the same. Yeah, I found out about it, and we've got, I think, Christy, who's been on here a lot tonight, who's got all these great ideas. Oh, I'll show you actually my hat, Gerlinda, while you're here. Uh, she's uploaded a blanket and oh no, Revenant uploaded the blanket. Christy uploaded her hat that she made that was a bag a day pattern, and she used actually bag a day yarn. And then she also uploaded a unicorn cat called a catacorn. So if you want to see those pictures, they're in that community thread that's on there. And that's where I can announce when I'm doing lives, but so often I just decide to go live. I don't give any warning. I try to, but sometimes I just, like tonight, it literally came out of the blue. I was going to make a granny square, and I thought, you know what, I can do my granny square and talk to my friends at the same time instead of watching TV all the time, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, Janet, thank you for being here. Battery, I know I had to check that I had got battery before I started. Thank you so much for being here, Janet. It's so nice to see you again. Yes, it's nice to hear all kinds of music, Hama. Is your teacher still not there? Has your class started or are you still waiting? I'm going to be watching you, making sure you're doing your class if you should be. Oh yeah, Glinda, I was going to show you. This is my latest thing. Are you, if you're still here, Glinda, I don't know if you are. Okay, you got lots of time. All right, so this I just made because I don't know, Glinda, if you've even been around to see that. I think I shared them on my Facebook group though. These leg warmers, the flared leg warmers that I did. So someone here on the live suggested that I make a hat. Well, I said I'd like to make a hat that would match it. And so I did a bucket hat, right, to match the leg warmers. And then Christy here had this great idea to make like a pixie gnome. It's not a pixie because pixie hats stand up, but more of a gnome hat or sort of an elfish sort of hat. Um, because elf hats often are striped, right? But um, I I was going to make more stripes here, but I really was focusing because I wanted to be decreasing from the top because I wanted the hood to be very long at the front like this, coming down like this, and then and then I and then have this nice long tail at the back, right? So this is what we've come up with. So tonight people have been saying that maybe I could put like the front post, back post ribbing around the front. Somebody else said, why don't we do chain one, skip one, double crochet, chain one, skip one, double crochet to make like a loopy thing that you could thread the pink and white threads through and do a little drawstring so that you could gather it up and it could be around your face as well, which would be really darling actually. So somebody said, why don't we do a picot, a white picot around? And I thought that one might be look really nice going up the side here. So there's lots of embellishments that we're going to be adding on to this hooded um, hat. It's cute, isn't it, Gerlinda? I don't think that, yeah, we're going to add a pom-pom for the tail. And I was going to do braided ties, but now I don't know what I'm doing because there's so many different ideas. So we'll just play it by ear. But we're definitely going to do a pink and white pom-pom at the back. Or should that be solid white or solid pink? What do you think? Solid or two colors? I'll listen to your advice on that one. So here we go. We're going to do some white. I have no idea what a Roblox game is, Hannah, but if you found a secret sea room, that sounds really nice. But I don't know what Roblox is. I haven't even heard of that game. I've heard of Animal, the animal one, where you make homes for your animals. And I've heard of course, of Minecraft and all of those, but never Roblox. And we're going into our last corner here. There we go. So let's see what we've got here. You made 3 more short and chunky fingerless gloves. Oh, cool. Kind of addictive. Yes. Did you see? Oh, I hope I haven't moved them away. I had them here. I think I've moved them. Yeah. Did you see the fingerless gloves that I made out of just front post double crochets? I shared it on my group, I think. Uh, so the short and chunky ones are really great for the market because they're quick to make and you can sell them for $20, you know? And they are addictive because you can, and I like it when if you've run out of different colors, you could put a little bit of of a maroon and then a pink and a white. You can color block them, right? So they look really cool. I sell a lot of those gloves and they're so quick and easy to make. I love them. Yeah. Hi there, Odalie. How are you doing? I'm having a great evening talking to all my friends here. Chrissy's still here. We've got Hama here, who's where were you from? Was it Dubai? She's telling us about her games that she plays. Oh, she's telling me all about the game. Yeah. Exactly, Christy. I know nothing about games. I've never played. I honestly can actually say I have never played a video game, even when my kids were younger and they had Donkey Kong and things like that. I've never ever played a video game. I have no desire to play. I don't even think I could make the controllers work. So what color am I doing next? I've done pink, I've done white, I'm doing my pale blue. But my grandchildren do play them. Well, thank you very much, Odalie. Yes, I do. I've been doing a few lives lately. One of the things that I'd made, I don't know if you saw them, but I'd made these flared leg warmers that were kind of a fun idea. And somebody on it was actually on a live. A lot of creativity happens in these lives because people have ideas, right? So somebody had said, why don't I make like a gnome hat, like a striped gnome hat, like a hooded hat. So I'd started, this is about the second, third attempt to make one. And I'm thinking that we've come to the conclusion tonight that maybe this is too much pink, but although a couple of people like the solid pink at the front, and I wanted to make the hood go down, like, so I wanted this extended hood thing. And so what I did was I started my hood. I made sure that it was long enough, and then I did the sloping, and then I got up to this point, and then what I did was I joined the sides, these sides that were being like crocheted in the flat. I joined them together here and made a circle. So it was just like the base, the bottom of a hat, right? And then I just started decreasing, going up 14 single crochets between a decrease, 13 single crochets between a decrease, all the way up until I got to the point. So this is the hat. And so I shared it tonight. And then everybody had some ideas. So some of the ideas are to do front post up, back post ribbing around the front. Somebody else suggested a picot trim, and I thought that would look really nice up the sides. Then a great idea happened where it was, you know how you can chain three, once you're into it, you chain two, skip one, chain one, skip one, double crochet, chain one, skip one, double crochet. So you've got like that, what do they call it? Webbing, sort of, the filigree, you're making little squares. So then you could thread your pink and white, a double strand or a braided strand through there. And then you could gather it up from here, right? And it could make a cute little hat like that. So that's another great idea. And you could have the strands come out the bottom and you could have tassels on it. And it matches the leg warmers, but I think it could be a pattern all on its own. It doesn't have to be made for the leg warmers. Yes. Well, I'm glad you enjoy your games, Hannah. That's nice. And okay, Hannah, once you've gone, we'll understand your teacher there. I know you've been waiting for a while. You've been waiting for nearly an hour. Yes, I like the leg warmers. Oh, have you really? That's great. Thanks, Odali. Yeah, it is a bit like a Smurf. I could make a blue one, couldn't I? Yes, exactly. Knowledge is power, that's for sure. My dad always said that you don't make decisions till you know what you need to know. Okay, so now I'm bringing in the blue. Are you working on anything right now, Adali, that is a new project for you, or are you finishing off something? I'm making a I didn't, I don't think I've said it since you've been here. I'm working on a granny square bag. So it's going to be two of these sewn together like this with the opening at the top, and then one more of these squares that will flap over so you can open it and then get into your bag. And then I've got one that isn't exactly the same. This is a pouch bag, but I had a long handle on it and I was just experimenting how you could make the handle short if you wanted a short handle. But it wasn't over, it was a crossbody strap. But we made it sort of, we just pulled the strap through a few times and transformed it into one with a shorter handle. But this is different to the one I'm working on because it's got all those rows of single crochet on the top, right? And then it's got a little gathering string that you can tie into a little bow at the front so you can close the top so things don't fall out. So right now I'm just working on making another one of these granny squares. Yes, you're making a dog sweater for a Chihuahua. Oh, whose pattern are you using? Can you share it? Because my son has got two Chihuahuas. They're the fox head Chihuahuas. They got them from a shelter. Well, actually, from a puppy mill, because the mom had been kept in a crate for she was really sad little dog. And they got one of her puppies as well. So she had a little puppy. She had one of her pups with her. So is it your own pattern for the Chihuahua puppy sweater? I bet they love some for their dogs. My friend has a dachshund that I dog sit for sometimes, and I have seen the cutest granny square dachshund sweaters. Maybe I should be doing that with these granny squares. I have a friend that does a dog, a pet um blog hop, and all I've made for that was a cat mat and a cat bed. I haven't tried doing any sweaters yet. I always just think that dogs are all such different sizes. I don't know how you size them for doing a dog sweater. Oh, hi, Lisa. You have chihuahuas. Yes, that's what I'm asking her to share. I'm asking Odalia if she'll share with me, or if it's hers. She might be making it up. Some people just do that, right? They make theirs up. But I would love to have a chihuahua. I would have loved to have a chihuahua pattern because my son has two that were rescued. The mom was rescued from a puppy mill and they got one of her babies. It was very sad. What if I find one, Lisa? I might share it in the posts. There's a place I can put posts on here. Uh, or maybe I'll just design one. Who knows? Maybe it's something I should do in my spare time. Are you using like a 4-weight yarn on it, or do you have to use a lightweight yarn on it? Odalie. Oh, it's your own pattern. From pit bulls to a small dog. My daughter has a pit bull and my son has a chihuahua. You couldn't get much different than that, could you? Pit bull crossed with a lab. Oh, you adopted her too. Yes, well, don't fret over it. If you get to share it, that would be awesome. We sure do. And you have some great ideas, Christy. You're a very creative thinker. Yeah, that would be what I would use as 4-weight yarn. A lot different in CP. Cost of food. Yes. Yes. Good for you, Hama. You could make a bracelet for yourself. Just make some chains. I've made really long chains out of um yarn and a loop at the end, and then put a button on the other end, and then you just wrap the chain round and round and round your wrists, and the button loop just attaches to the button and it holds it shut. Those are really cool. They look really cool. I used to have those in my shop when I first started. Yes, my daughter has a pit bull crossed with a lab. Plus, she has another great dog that's as big as Bruno, but not as broad as Bruno. But she's as tall as Bruno. Cost her a fortune. One more color after this one. I'm asking people who haven't subscribed to my channel, if you're here and enjoying the live, if you would please take a moment to subscribe to my channel, because I'm really trying to grow my channel. So if you're new here, it would be great if you would subscribe and click on the bell so you get notifications of when new patterns tutorials are posted, or when I'm going live, if I get around to doing a notification, which I don't always do, but I try. Okay. There we go. Now we're ready to go on the last row, which is the turquoise. It really is quiet in the chat right now. I don't always do notifications. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't do a notification for tonight. I just came on because I wasn't expecting to come on, and I just suddenly thought, rather than watch television, I think I'd rather just be chatting to my friends online. So but sometimes I'll do a notification. I think if you look in the community section, you'll see when I've written in there, "Hi folks, I'm going live at whatever." And I don't know if those go out or not, but yeah. Where's my turquoise? There it is. There's my turquoise. Hi Barbara. I'm working on a granny square. I'm making a second one of these. I've made this one tonight. Using some pastel springy colors because I do have a tutorial on here for a granny square bag that is uses two of these and then a third one that flaps over the front. And then it has a nice long handle. Um, but I sold the one that I did have as a demo, and I just want to be able to make it, you know, how you make YouTube shorts or little reels on YouTube. I want to make one to share so that I can tell people that I have this tutorial on my channel because lots of my tutorials get buried way back. Like people don't know that there's tutorials for tea cozies and tutorials for mug rugs and tutorials for this and that. So I thought I'd make one, and I've made one square tonight, and I'm just on the last round of the second square. This one is one that I made that is my granny square pouch. The one I'm working on now is my granny square crossbody bag. I did get creative and start messing around with the strap. It was just one long strap, but we were just seeing if we could make a little short handle for it instead of the long crossbody handle. But I'm going to put it back to the long crossbody handle. But yeah, so this is the same square, and then all some single crochets going up from the top to make it more of a pouch. So it's got a little drawstring on it with a bow, and I'm also going to maybe do a tutorial on how to do a lining. Um, so that's what I'm working on. Yeah, I haven't done any granny squares for a long time, so I thought it would be it's a good thing to do on a live. I've never done it, but it's something that I could work on. The last thing I made on the live was this. I don't know if we were you on my live when I was working on this. This is like a hooded gnome hat, and uh it goes down like this. And we've been having lots of people sharing ideas about maybe putting a drawstring in so you could make it so it holds around your face, and then it goes down with this pointy bit hangs down the back. So that we've been talking about different ways I could tweak that pattern. And I made that to go with the leggings. I don't know if you ever saw the leg warmers that I made, the flared leg warmers. So we were coming up with some hat ideas to go with the leg warmers. There's also a bucket hat that goes with the leg warmers. So yeah. Yes, I haven't done a lining tutorial, and I do sew. Like I used to sew all my clothes because my arms were long. And I was always tall, so I used to sew. I sewed my own wedding dress and two of the bridesmaids' dresses, and a three-piece suit for myself, a tailored three-piece suit with, you know, the cuffs on the bottom of the there was a vest and a suit jacket. But I haven't sewn a lot for years. So, but I have been sewing. I did used to sew those little project bags when I had the crochet kits, but I just don't have time to do everything. And this year I'm really focusing. Thank you, Barbara. I'm trying to focus on my YouTube. Uh, and let people know what tutorials I have, and because it doesn't do any good if they're just sitting there and nobody knows about them, right? Thank you. Yes, I have got a tutorial up for these flared leg warmers. It's one of the latest, I think it was the latest, no, not the latest one I put up, a second one. I had the hooded pocket shawl. This was the latest tutorial that I put up, was this hooded pocket shawl. So this is what kind of, I think, gave rise to the whole idea of, so there's these pockets on each end of the hooded pocket shawl. And that's my latest tutorial. I have the full tutorial on how to crochet the shawl part, how to crochet the pockets, and then how to crochet the hood and attach the hood to the actual shawl. So if you look back in my videos, you'll see the picture of on the title, the thumbnail, and there's this one and there's a reddish one, two different pocket shawls. But the tutorial is up. The free pattern's been on my blog for a couple of years now, but I never had a video tutorial and somebody asked me for one, so I did one. So that's the latest one. And then the one before that is for the flared leg warmers. And the one before that is for these really cool fingerless gloves that are made with front post double crochet. That's the only stitch that's used in them, and they're very cozy. Yeah, it's great to kind of work together, and just be chatting and getting creative together. It's so wonderful for me to put out, oh, what do you think of this, and get some feedback, right? So it's a whole new world. Actually, you know what I did this week? Um, I ordered some yarn from Yarn Inspirations. I don't know if any of you get newsletter updates from Yarn Inspirations, but I get newsletter updates, and they sent one out this week to say they've got this new kind of cake of burlap blanket yarn, and they're all different multicolored cakes, right? So it's like having the cake that I use to make this beautiful shawl that changes color on its own. Um, but they're burlap blanket yarn, and it's as many yards in a cake as it is in a skein. So I ordered lots of different yarn. I ordered lots, pretty much, well, not every color, but a lot of different colors, where I only ordered one skein because I thought I can use them for my stuffies, right? And I ordered three in a couple of colors so I can make a baby blanket, two different baby blankets. And then I think I ordered 5 or 6 in another color so I can make a full-blown throw out of one of them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a yarn unboxing video. I'm not going to make it a live. I'm going to make it a video so that it can stay up there always for people to watch. But it's going to be fun when I get it. It's supposed to be here about March 13th or something. Very excited. Because I use a lot of burlap blanket yarn for baby blankets and for stuffies. So, but I think my next few lives I'm going to be doing stuffies because I've got an Easter market coming up. I need to make some Easter stuff. Well, that's all. That'll work. You're very crafty. You should call yourself Hammer the Crafty Cat. How is your little cat doing? How is Melody doing? Does she stay inside all the time, Hammer? Did you see my little cat, Hammer? Were you watching when I showed Abby? Easter patterns would be great. Yeah, I haven't got any Easter patterns really. I got some Christmas patterns. I keep thinking about it and I think, oh, so many people have already done Easter patterns. They don't need me to be doing them either. But I don't know, Gerlinda, if you've been getting the notifications on my crochet group about the March Maker Madness. There's some Easter patterns coming up there. There's a rabbit coaster pattern, and there's an Easter egg template pattern, and there's a little like an Easter bunny applique, an Easter egg applique, and there's an Easter bunny applique. pattern coming to, oh, and a leprechaun for St. Patrick's Day. There's going to be a leprechaun gift bag. So keep your eye open when I'm sharing today's day 4 of the March Maker Madness, and there's a free pattern every day. And today's free pattern was a washcloth from Ambassador Crochet. It's called the Plumeria washcloth. And yesterday's pattern, I think might still have, the coupon code might still be working, was for a cute little ladybug lip balm holder. And then tomorrow's, I just set it up today. Tomorrow's is a bag. It's called um s- uh the Stripes boho handbag. It's a striped, it's like a boho handbag. It's really cool. So that's the free pattern for tomorrow. There, I've got 2 of these. I like the colors of this actually. I'm really happy with these colors. So I need to do one more and then I can sew my bag together. Yes, so Galinda, yeah, check it out. And you can even go just to the March Maker Madness and the blog post for the roundup for the blog hop. And it's March Maker Madness, just 2026. Make sure, because there's been 4. This is the 4th one. And if you look at some of the graphic collages, it shows you all the different things that are coming up. I only add them one day at a time. And there's a coupon code um, that's each day, or else it's a direct download from the designer's site. But yeah, so tomorrow it comes out at 7 o'clock in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. So that's 10 o'clock if on Eastern time in the US. I've got all the times, different time zones. I've got the Indian time zone and the one in England, all in the blog hop post itself. So that's what March Maker Madness has coming up. And I think those are the Easter ones that I saw. But there's, there's scarves, there's my flower bucket hat. It's going to be there. And lots of fun patterns coming up. Yeah. Oh, there's a market bag, like a bumblebee market bag coming up. So that's the March Maker Madness on my carrowaycrochet.com. So if you go to carrowaycrochet.com, right there on the front of the first page, there's March Maker Madness. Click on that and it takes you right there. Okay. Well, I'm going to stop. I've been on here for 108 minutes. So that's an hour and 20 minutes, right? Yeah. So I think that's a long time. So here's my little kitty. So she'll say, hey, say goodbye. She says, I want to go to bed. And the other kitty's over there on the top of the couch sleeping. He wants to go to bed. So it's not bedtime for me, but they're telling me it is. So thank you everybody for being here. It's been really great. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you. It's been a pleasure to see you too, Adali. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Hama. It's been a really lovely evening and you've brightened my day. Thank you. Take care. Happy crocheting.